What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Stay off about an hour and some change. Just got off a long job orientation. What's up, Sean? What's up, Q? What's up, Sam? Baby, what you doing? Okay, tries on his way. The song is the barge, baby, won't you come quick, off in a special way. Probably my favorite track off this album. One of my favorite tracks. I'm going to announce this week's reviews once Try comes, but I think it's about three more weeks to my break. Yeah, Vaishon, I'm gonna peep your video, okay? Yeah, don't mind me. I'm gonna turn my camera on. I just got back from my job orientation and I've not cleaned my room, so give me like a good maybe 10 to 15, but I'm still reading your comments. Favorite unreleased song? Prince, All My Dreams. That's not the same. Sports Illustrated. Wait, actually, Playboy. Congratulations on your cousin, Ray Sean. Favorite music video? Hmm. Favorite music video? Damn, there's a lot. I might have to say Public Enemy, Night of the Living Bassheads.
What's good? What up? What's going on?
Can you hear
Howdy.
me?
Yeah,
How you doing?
chilling.
So how's that Donda album?
What album? I thought this shit was dropping last night.
Man, I woke up thinking I was like, oh shit. Next thing you know, I looked up, oh, this shit's not even on Spotify. I could have went back to sleep.
This nigga is still working on the album, yo. How will you how I don't understand, Connie. Like he did this shit with Pablo. How are you still promoting an album that's supposed to drop a certain day and you're still working on the damn album?
But you have a listening party for it. Right.
But then that's not the real album then. He still has verses to finish. He has features to be finished. Rick Rubin is overseeing the album.
Of course.
What the? I don't understand, Kanye. Like I thought we was over this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the same shit that happened with Pablo, and he waited till like the hour before that album dropped to, and he's like still mixing the album. And when people say Pablo was great, I'm like it was because I didn't think it was no great album. I like the bottom half of Pablo. I thought the first half was shit.
Give me 808s over Pablo.
Any day.
Yeah.
I'll take 808's Graduation any day over Pablo. It's not a great album because he kept fucking with it. I don't understand. And then even after the album was out, he kept remastering the album.
Give me 1 second. I know that.
Yeah. What up? Kanye is insane. It is official. Pablo wasn't great, man. It had some good songs on it, but it wasn't. He kept messing with the damn album even after it came out. Like he wanted like a perfect master of the album, but he had his own self to blame for that. Favorite movie? What's your favorite movie, Q? I got too many. What's your favorite movie? This dude, man. It's surfaced on the internet. What surfaced? The album? The album ain't out yet. If it was out, you would have heard about it. There's a fake track listing going on right now. This like the track listings I'm seeing is not even the official track listing. Die Hard, classic movie. Scarface, Halloween, classics. I wish they would leave Halloween alone. It's like Michael Myers won't die. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. I just watched Forrest Gump for the first time ever, like maybe 2 years ago on Netflix. Never watched it. I'm not really a big Tom Hanks fan. I like some of his films. Castaway was great, and Sully was good. Big, that was a dope film. I like Tom Hanks when he did comedy. When he did Splash, when he did Big, those were like some of my favorites. But never saw Forrest Gump until like 2 years ago. It's a good film though. Child's Play 2. What did you think about Child's Play 2, Cruz? Because I never liked that sequel. I always preferred Part 3 when Andy got sent to military school. When I think he was like a teenager at that point. That one was the better sequel to me. I didn't hear the Nas diss song. I the Tupac thing. I think Pac was mad at Nas because of what he said on the message. Fake thugs. Show no love. Some stupid shit like that. I don't.
You're
I
talking
don't
about
feel like
Tupac
Nas.
this?
Huh?
Y'all talking about the Tupac this?
Nas did a Tupac diss record.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
I think it's called like Young. Hold on.
It's just coming out now.
Like this week.
Who released it?
I don't even know. It's
He's
called.
dead. He's dead. So even if we hear the song, okay. So we hear the song. Now what?
Yeah, it was
Pac
a
is not here to
rap.
defend himself. So
Real niggas.
did he diss him after Pac dissed him, or did he diss him before Pac
I think
assumed that he
after.
dissed him? Okay, okay.
After
'Cause
Pac.
but I never felt like Nas dissed him on the message. I think Pac was just fucking paranoid, yo.
It wasn't. He just Biggie.
Or you dissing Biggie on the message.
Yeah. That wasn't Pac. It was the Biggie. Did.
And you see, and that started a beef for no reason because Pac took it the wrong way.
Because if you remember, there was also affirmative action part two.
Yes, the
Nas
remix.
performed more shots at Big. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know he did that on the remix though.
Yo, watch the subliminal beef history of Life After Death more on that beef and shit. But let me
So
tell
what
my
did he say on this song? Like he's actually calling them out?
hold on, I'm gonna pull up lyrics. Cause I heard it like once or twice and shit. I think he said like the fake thugs line and shit. I don't know if he's
Mm.
called Pop by name.
You like Child's Play 3 more than you like Child's Play 2 more than Part 1? Wow, I never heard nobody say that.
Yo, Child's Play one is funny as fuck.
That's a classic though. Like that to me is still the best one in the franchise.
I agree. Rest in
I
peace,
I
Jump
love
Cut.
Part 3. Part 2 was okay. That you know what I didn't like about Part 2 was the whole them going back to like the toy factory and making that like the final plot of the movie. I just thought it could have been the setting could have been in a different area than the toy factory. I didn't like it.
I feel you. I haven't seen
And
part 2.
no, I mean Part 2 I'm talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen part 2.
But Part 3 was when Andy was like he was more older. He was a teenager and he went to boarding school. And then Chucky followed him to Chucky found out what boarding school he was at and he came to kill him over there.
Shut.
Yeah, and he like along the way he killed like a lot of like some of Andy's friends at boarding school and shit. Like he killed a barber, the guy that was shaving their head and shit. Like he killed a barber
Oh
at the
wow.
boarding school. That shit was funny. But yes, Part 3 was good. I like Part 3, but I just thought the setting for Part 2 at like for the final plot could have been done somewhere else.
I feel you.
Die Hard 2 was good from what I remember. Um, I remember what's his name? John Amos was in Die Hard 2, I believe. Um, it's not one of my favorites. Like again, like 1 and 3 are my favorites, especially 3 when they added Samuel L. Jackson to the cast and they were up in Harlem and you know it felt like John McClane was like he was on a hunt for a terrorist, but the terrorist was making him do all kind of like weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like, oh well, if you don't stand in Harlem with this sign, I hate niggas, I'm gonna blow up this school, and it was just all kind of crazy shit going on in that movie, like during a heat wave and shit. I love it though. Die Hard 3 was a classic. Ronnie said, "Is it me or is Shalimar? This is for the love in you. Sounds like Teddy Pendergrass closed the door." No,
Nah.
how you figure that? That's two different songs.
Yeah, don't mind me, try. I'm just cleaning up my room a little
Did
bit.
you hear Whitney Houston hologram is going to be? I heard something about that. Some Whitney Houston hologram.
Are they still doing that shit?
Don't go. It's not the real thing. It's not like seeing the actual real person in concert. Trust
How?
me. When you see somebody like Left Eye with TLC in concert, it is totally different seeing that person in real life on stage than seeing a hologram of them. It's not the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would not go to no hologram show of anybody.
Who the fuck is texting me at midnight? My time.
Who knows Fantastic Mr. Fox? I never saw that film. Is that the one? Was George Clooney in that film? That sounds familiar.
Which one?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I think so.
No.
Shout out to Kuji.
Shout out to Coogee. No hologram. Holograms are not the same. Who's really gonna pay for that? A hologram of Tupac.
What
Why?
they did?
Why? It's not the same thing. He's not there. You know what I'm saying? You missed that whole essence of that human being on stage.
And like he be crying about some shit.
No. Let the dead rest in peace. It is not the same thing. Yeah, George. I know. I remember the trailer for it. I didn't see the film though.
Uh-oh. Shout out to Ashley.
Yeah, shout out to Ashley.
All right, so I think now's a good time to announce the albums and shit. So just to let you guys know, we got a review for Sunday, and I'm pulling the album up right now.
You got a spotlight now? Oh shit, Rich got a spotlight.
Yeah, this is my green screen light.
Nice.
Appreciate it. We're gonna do this Sunday
Yes.
special time 5:15.
Yes.
Before I go to work.
Okay.
Monday we're gonna do Scarface the Fix.
Yes.
Long awaited review.
Back
And
to
yeah,
the
we
lab.
ain't talking about the My Homies album at one point, but
Okay.
yeah. Dame is gonna return there too.
Yes. Shout out to Dane, the
Shout out to
commission,
him,
back to
too.
the lab. But check that commission discussion we had. Best hip hop labels of all time on That Ain't Rap podcast. Great discussion we had. Shout out to the homies, Bump John Jonas and Chop It Up Hip Hop and Aaron and Boombox. All the homies from the commission clique.
That's what's up. You sent that to me, right?
Did I send you the video? Yes, I did. No, I don't know. I can't remember. But I uploaded it on the channel anyway because it's like an hour long and we're just talking about like some labels, famous and underground hip hop labels.
Gotcha. And I want to say Wednesday. I gotta look back, but it's not the official cover. It's Ja Rule's BDB Vici album.
Oh wow, I never saw it on vinyl like that.
Yeah, this is the promo copy.
Nice.
So we're going next week is going to be beginning at the Ja Rule breakdown
Nice.
weekly.
Dope. I can't wait for that.
Yes. Yes.
Favorite digital underground album, Sons of the P.
Same.
My favorite. Classic album. I got that for Christmas in '91.
Dope ass. Very funky album.
Definitely. I need to get that again. I actually had damaged that first copy. But definitely a classic album. That's really the only album that Tupac was a part of.
Right, because he was a part of the EP and shit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he was on the album after.
He was the Body Hat Syndrome, but he was like maybe on one or two songs though.
True.
But like on Sons of the P was on like a couple songs, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that was a great album.
Shout out to Alonzo.
Yes.
Oh, and we got the next. Of course, it's Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes. When is that?
I'm gonna talk to my homeboy next week.
Okay. Yeah, Shock G. What? You never heard that album? And Pac is all over it? You gotta hear that, yo.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yes. D Flow Shuttle and Kiss You Back. No Nose Job. Those joints, man, they fire.
Hey, try.
Yo,
Is Sam on the chat?
I don't see him.
You don't see him?
No. Is he on vacation again? Sam, where you at?
Let me hit him up.
You in Iceland again? You gotta hear that. Pac is all over that. It should be on YouTube though to listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got my job today.
Congrats.
It's rash. This is a good rash.
Better lyricist, Bismarck, LL, of course. LL, definitely. I'm pretty sure Digital Underground have like unreleased verses or stuff from Pac. You know, where they at? I don't know. I don't know who has them, but I'm pretty sure they got like a lot of unreleased stuff.
Yeah, also check out the EP too.
Yes, all of them out of print.
Yes. But watch the Vulture.
Hmm. Definitely, they need to re-release them. Some of them albums need to be remastered too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How's your family doing?
They good, man. They chilling, enjoying the summer or trying to. You know, I'm still undecided if I'm gonna get vaccinated or not. So I just found out one of my homies that's a content creator on here. He got COVID.
Oh my God.
Um, Shout out to Netflix. You know, get well soon. He got COVID. And he lives in Florida. So and I got a lot of family down there that's like coming up and down the East Coast. I'm like they gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know. And it's just dangerous out here. It's like you got new variants out here. You know.
Yeah. Please stay safe.
Yeah. It's not over. It's like people think it's over and they're just going about their business and living a normal life again. You know, they're not masking up or nothing. They're not washing their hands and using sanitize hand sanitizer and all that. I feel like by September October the city's gonna shut down again.
Oh,
You know, I mean, because they haven't announced it yet. I think they're gonna wait till the summer's over to announce it because like it looked like we're gonna go through this whole shit all over again. Favorite CW TV show? Right now it's Superman and Lois. It was the Flash. The Flash. I don't like the season that they have right now. It's trash. Um, Riverdale. I don't even know what happened with Riverdale. I was watching that and like they stopped mid season. So I don't know what the hell happened with they show. I'm watching Supernatural right now. I'm on season 2, and I plan on watching all 15 seasons and doing like a series review next year for that show. Whenever I get done with it, but right now it's Superman and Lois.
I feel you.
You watch anything on CW?
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. The only things I watched in CW was Everybody Hates Chris in the game.
Okay,
I was never a big CW fan like
right.
that. Because
All
when
American. I don't watch. I know a lot of people that watch All American. Supposed to be a good show. Uh, Ronnie Cruz said the DLC grand finale featuring NWA or Above the Law, the last song featuring NWA.
Above the Law.
Dreadlock Wyclef or after he got rid of his dread. Well, definitely when Wyclef had his dreads. I don't think he made anything good after he cut his dreads off. BJ, what's good, yo? Where you been? You at work?
WJ?
Yeah, I don't watch All American. Like I know people that watch it though. It's all good. What's the album he picked up recently? Didn't he pick up an album recently?
Who BJ?
Yeah,
Man, he got the Ike and Tina working overtime album.
I saw that. I continue. Wow,
I need that album too.
classic.
Surprise.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, Buddha Lovers, or It's All Mo Thug. Buddha Lovers, definitely love that joint. Mo Thug was dope. I like Mo Thug. I love All the War, but when it come to weed songs, I don't think nobody do it better than Bone, man.
I agree.
Ambia, yes, I have Ambia. And we need to talk about Ambia. I know Reg was planning that for a while.
Yeah, I was trying to get the album again.
Yeah, Ambia is a dope album. His first Ambia, his first album. I'm gonna go with his first, but Ambia, like, well, the first two to me are my favorite Maxwell albums. But if I had to pick one, I'm going with his first one.
Man.
The mother, Rachel said the mother Rachel remind me so much of Lois from Malcolm in the Middle in terms of personality. I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, so I don't know. I don't know how she was on that show.
She was loud as shit.
You watch Malcolm in the Middle?
I used to watch it sometimes. Not like I like a huge fan of it.
So Lois from Malcolm. Oh, I don't understand. So who are you talking about from Malcolm in the Middle? The mother from Malcolm?
Yeah, the mother's Lois.
Oh, so she was loud.
Nagging.
Oh, okay. Ronnie said, Bone Thugs, Thuggish Ruggish Bone or Crossroads. Crossroads for me.
Crossroads.
Q said I was listening to a trash hip hop album today. Which one was that? I mean, you got a couple of them. Bow Wow, you know, 2 Chains. I'm pretty sure they were trash. Did Everybody Hates Chris get canceled? I never watched it. Did it get canceled?
Okay, Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris?
I thought it just ended.
I don't know. I never watched it.
Why did it get canceled?
I thought it got canceled. You embarrassed to say that? You said I'm embarrassed to say it was Puff Daddy Forever? Hey, don't get embarrassed. I don't like it. That don't mean that you don't have to like it. I'm just astonished by see money don't pay for a classic album because he had all the money and got all the big name collabs and it still turned out shit. You don't like it? You gonna throw it away?
He said he doesn't like it.
He said he didn't like it. Well, I could have told you that.
Yeah,
I could have told you that. I could have told you that 20 years ago.
Forever was trash.
When I was young, Ray Sean said when I was young, my aunt had the Bone Thugs and Harmony, Strength and Harmony album. I'm trying to remember if I heard that one. Cause there's a couple albums that they had. It was only 3 members. Like I know Crazy Bone wasn't on one, and then the other one he was on one, and then I think Busy wasn't on one.
Oh wow.
Or Lazy wasn't on one. They did like a couple albums where it was just 3 members for a while.
Yeah, the Strength and Loyalty. That was the one with I Tried So Hard.
And it was 3 members for that one, right?
Yeah.
I might have heard that one. All the War 3 I heard. I think they had 3 members on that one too. I want to say. There is an Art of War Part 3. I know a lot of people don't know that, but it wasn't good. Strength and Loyalty, yeah, I know what you meant. I think that I heard that one. This one of them I didn't hear. It might have been the New Waves album. That one was like the alternative album that they were trying different sounds with that one. You know that made their fans believe that they could do an R&B album and shit.
Jesus.
You know, or a rock album. You remember that story I sent you
Yeah.
Because of the New Waves album, and their fans felt like they had a poll, and their fans were like, if they make could they make an R&B album? Could they make a rock album? I'm like, no, not a rock album. R&B. I don't even know if they could do an R&B album, but not a rock album.
Yeah, R&B is just too much of a stretch too.
Resurrection was dope. I have Resurrection. That was a good album. In my opinion, I thought it was good. Um, for whatever reason, I don't feel like it didn't get enough promotion. But I like there's some joints on Resurrection. You know, the Weed song is one of my favorites on there. Ronnie said cornrow exhibit, or after he got rid of his corn. What is up? What is up with you and these hairstyles, yo?
I'm saying.
Like if somebody cut their hair, it don't mean they got whack. It's just they went for a different look. Bone Thugs as a quartet or a trio. I like Bone Thugs with all 5 members,
Quartet all the way.
including Flesh and Bone, and I think they're better as 5 members. Cause they just seem more complete when it's just 5 of them instead of 3.
He said he prefers hard rock from country.
You prefer hard rock than country? I don't like country music or hard rock.
Oh wow.
Hard rock is in as in Metallica. That's what you mean, like hard rock?
Like Zeppelin.
Oh no, not Zeppelin is different. Like I thought he meant like uh Metallica and shit, Megadeth.
Well, those can be considered hard rock too.
Oh, but there's an exception for some groups.
Yeah.
Favorite Scarface music videos.
Seen a man die. Handle the dead body. Smile. Money in the Power.
Yeah, smile. Seen a man die. Truck faces. Those videos. Anybody like Iron Maiden? I think Reg, you like Iron Maiden?
Yeah, I like some of this stuff.
That's all Reg right there. Yeah, Resurrection got some joints, so it's underrated.
This is underrated.
Cam. Never heard that one.
Yeah, man. Very heavy shit. I'm trying to find my CDs. I gotta open all these fucking CDs to find these CDs and shit.
You never heard of Iron Maiden?
Yeah, I made a dope. Brooke Dickinson. They made that song "Run to the Hills." The fuck? Run to the hills. So Lil Uzi Vert wants to buy a planet.
Oh Lord.
He wants to
How
be
you
the
doing?
first
How you
rapper.
doing that? How you
He
doing
wants to be
that?
the first rapper to buy a planet.
Oh God. Is that the same dude that put a stone in his forehead or some shit?
Yeah.
And now he wants to buy a planet. And he paid like 24 million for a stone in his head. Now he wants to buy a planet.
Yeah.
Man, save your money. They're not gonna let a black rapper like you buy a planet.
Stupid.
Uh,
What are you gonna call it? Uzi World?
Uzi Planet.
Shit.
Uzi World. Oh man. They finding new ways to blow money. Like y'all ain't learned from what Hammer did.
Right.
24 million for one stone. Like he's fucking. Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Like this nigga. I thought he was an Avenger. I'm like, you got a mind stone in your head. You know?
I know that shit is uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
Like, who the fuck are you, nigga?
$24 million. Damn. Of all things to do with that money, you buy a mind gem. Crazy.
Kanye and Jay are apparently cool again.
Supposedly. That's what I hear. What does that mean? Are we getting Watch the Throne too, or he just cool with him? MC Breed Gotta Get Mine or Scarface Smile.
Smile.
Yeah, Smile definitely was great. I like the MC Breed song too, though.
Yeah, that was dope too.
Yeah. This nigga thought he was Vision. He got a mind gem in his. He still wearing the mind gem or no?
No, you gotta take it out.
He took it out at $24 million. He paid for a mind gem and he got it taken out.
Yep.
Idiot. Why? Why would you do that?
Niggas are stupid.
$24 million for a mind gem. This nigga was going around for a couple days acting like he's Vision. Like he's dating Wanda, Scarlet, whatever that bitch name is from the Avengers. What's her name? Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet O'Hara, something like that.
Scarlet Witch, right? And he $24 million for that, and he took it out. You had better for $24 million. That shit better be embedded in your skull for life, like a barcode. Like embed that shit. They have to find some way to embed that shit in his brain. You know, he could have bought a whole bunch of houses with that money. You bought a mind gem and you take it out. That's crazy. Yes, for one gem, just to insert it in his surgically inserted in his forehead. $24 million it was, and he had like a matching bracelet with it, right?
Yeah.
He had a matching bracelet. A matching bracelet. My bracelet don't cost $24 million. He had a matching bracelet with the gem. Huh?
I was like, what's wrong with this nigga?
Bro. He had a matching. I've never seen no shit like that. He had a matching. It was on TMZ actually. He had a matching bracelet with the mind gem for $24 million and took it out. So what do you do with the bracelet? You still rocking that?
I don't follow nigga like that.
That's crazy. That is crazy for real.
You see what niggas do with money?
Yeah. Blowing money, man. The Fuji's the score. What about the score? Favorite Bob Marley album? Uprising. That's my favorite. Judas Tap Dancing Priest.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Judas Priest.
No, I'm not a fan of Judas Priest.
Why you call it Judas Tap Dancing Priest?
I have no idea. He mentioned the score just now. I don't know why. He mentioned Fuji's score.
Romeo and Juliet or Bonnie and Clyde. Romeo and Juliet. It's like Romeo and Juliet.
You like that song?
I love it.
I think I'm gonna pick that song over Jake. I didn't like that Bonnie and Clyde shit with Beyonce.
Me neither.
How dare you sample me and my girlfriend? How dare you do that without Tupac's consent? How dare you?
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Blasphemy. But if Pac was alive, he would have never did that shit. You gonna wait till a nigga dead to sample that?
That's disgusting.
No. I never liked that song. I didn't care for it.
Me and my girlfriend.
No.
Cause like, yeah, we get it, y'all dating.
Knee-boy said, I'll pull this shit from his head like Thanos did to Vision with 24 mil. Yes. And he had the matching bracelet, so you gotta take the bracelet too. That's crazy. I wonder which one costs more, the mind gem or the bracelet.
I guess the mind gem.
Oh man. And he took it out like for 24 million. They gotta put that in his body for life, yo. That shit should be like a concealed weapon. You can't. What kind of surgery did they do where he could like they can surgically put it in his head and he could just take it out?
Dumbass.
Method Man, All I Need remix or Raekwon Ice Cream. Ice Cream, definitely ice cream. Love ice cream. Give you some ice cream right now.
I might make some dinner soon.
Of course you are. What are you making? Steak tonight?
Now I might make a burger.
Oh, okay.
I have some spaghetti.
Yo, Rich. How do you eat? Your fucking diet is like weird, bro. You have burgers and spaghetti like late at night. I don't know anybody that does that.
Well, I had a long job orientation that took longer than expected. Niggas want me to come late.
So you totally you skip breakfast and lunch every day?
No, I ate breakfast.
Oh, you eat breakfast. So you just skip lunch.
Yeah, I had a snack.
Oh, okay. So you make up for it with dinner then?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. When are we doing that?
Before the year's over, I know that.
Before the year's over. No date yet.
Yeah.
Reg, you ever heard of Oliver Nelson?
Oliver Nelson.
Who's Oliver Nelson?
It sounds like a child's movie from the 80s.
Well, BJ's asking the question, so I'm assuming it's gonna be a singer.
Yeah.
Oliver Nelson, never heard of him.
Just to let y'all know, last night during the exhibit review, I was tired.
Yes, it showed.
Yeah. As soon as that review was over, I was really went to sleep.
Yeah.
And I woke up and then we were going to do this stupid ass Donda.
Thank God Donda didn't come out. You would have missed the whole countdown and everything.
Sure, I could have went back to sleep, but I went to go shoot this girl that night.
Right.
Haitian.
Right. That's why you said Haitian girls are fine?
Yes.
Oh, man.
6 feet tall, dark.
She's 6 feet tall. Wow.
Taller than me.
What you had, Naomi Campbell?
Close. Yeah, let me tell you the funniest shit she did, yo. So she likes to talk like a little kid sometimes. Like imagine Michelet but with an accent.
Oh Lord. So she got a Michelet voice and she have a Haitian accent?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So she was like this. I like closeness. And so I was like, okay, so I scoot over and shit. Now she's like this closeness. So she grabbed my fucking shirt and pulled me. We just fucking made out and shit. Mind you, I just met this chick the day before. And then she was like, I feel so embarrassed by what I did. I was like, nah,
you should feel
nah,
that.
And I made out with her and shit.
Nevoy said Haitian Mickey Mouse. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, he's a dance artist from the 50s to 70s? Okay, bet.
Oliver Nelson? I never heard of him. BJ be throwing us with curveballs on here, man.
I love it.
Let me see how much y'all know your music. I'm gonna ask them if they know Oliver Nelson today.
I love it.
And then tomorrow it's gonna be like somebody else we don't know. Like somebody from the 20s or some shit.
I'm a surprise BJ one day.
Nevoy said
I'll look through all these CDs right now.
Nevoy said I'll decapitate that nigga and store his head like a relic. Right for 24 million? Shit. You wildin'. Vampires?
This nigga right there said, I'm gonna rape that nigga.
Who said that? Oh, that's when he had beef with Fabulous.
Yeah.
Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. And he was mad about it. I'm like, Ray J, why? Number one, you can't be mad at saying that to another grown ass man.
Like, who says that? I'm gonna
rape that. I'm like, what? What did he say? He was mad. I'm like, you're mad because what? What? Why was he mad at Fabulous again?
But it was like over Puffy.
All y'all slept with Kim Kardashian. That's the one thing y'all got in common.
But
So
I'm a great
I didn't understand why he was mad at Fabulous. I'm like, y'all share the same woman. You know, have some common courtesy. Say like, did she top you off like she did with me? You know. BJ said Spike Lee played one of his songs and She's Gotta Have It. I watched the show for 2 years. I don't even remember that song.
I think he means the movie.
Oh, the movie. He
I
said the
think.
series. He said the series.
Oh yeah, they do be playing.
I don't remember the song.
Well, where are these CDs at, yo?
Pete Rock and Seal Smooth, Troy or Gangstar Mass Appeal.
Troy.
Yeah, I gotta go with Troy. Just this much. Vampires? What about vampires? Ever heard a group called Hollywood? Nah, I don't know who Hollywood is.
Is it R&B group?
A group called Hollywood. Never heard of them.
Hollywood.
Shit, they sound like that. I definitely hear about them. Favorite albums from Detroit hip hop?
Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP. Slim Shady LP. Warriors 659. Death is Certain.
Yeah. All the Slim Shady shit from Slim Shady to Eminem show. Skip Over, Encore, Relapse Recovery, D12 first album, Devil's Night. I love that one. Royce the 5'9", Rock City, Slum Village, the second Slum Village album. Forgot the name of that shit.
You mean Volume 2?
Trinity album. That's not the second one. I would think that Trinity was the third album. I think. Trinity album. Who else? Who else I'm forgetting? Obi Trice, Cheers. Y'all watch episode? Yeah, I watched. You watched Kanan yet? Raising Kanan.
Yeah, I watched first episode.
What you thought about it?
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
And where were you? Quiet practice.
Right.
That was a bad thing. Bang.
Kanan was a badass already. How old is he? How old is he supposed to be? Like 16, 15?
I want to say 16, 17.
He was a badass as a teenager.
His mom, man.
His mom is no joke.
His mom was savage.
I felt like they could have picked somebody else as the mom. She's not that good looking to me.
She's pretty, but I see what you're saying.
Right, like get somebody else.
But I like her ruthlessness.
Yeah. Teaching them how to like shoot off guns and shit at the end of this episode.
Like, you see that bullet? You go running for it for the rest of your life.
That's an Oscar right there.
He was shaking when he was shooting the gun.
Right? He was shaking. I think he was shaking after he shot that dude. After he shot the cat. When he came home and shit, his hands was shaking. His hands was shaking like he had Parkinson's disease and shit.
Right.
You know.
They're like, you're gonna have to burn that jacket.
Right.
I'm like, he really
not my army fatigue jacket. No. Not the army fatigue. You gotta burn that jacket. Not the army jacket lining. Sneaker Uzi on the island. Not that jacket.
Don't even start on Omar Epps.
Oh God. I have a feeling Omar Epps' character slept with Kanan's mother.
That's what I have a feeling too.
They got like some history that we don't know about yet.
That's gotta be Kanan's real father.
You think so?
I have a strong feeling.
Oh shit. Well, he didn't act like he was.
That's what they all do.
Interesting.
And then that white girl. And that white girl gonna be a problem too.
Right? The white girl, right. And she was on another show, I believe. She came from another show. Ronnie said, "Guy, Groove Me or Bebba DeVoe Poison." Poison,
Poison.
man. Put with Poison. Can't go
Poison
against my
on
boys.
everything.
Can't go against my boys. Of course, it's gonna be a BBD. What's that? Oh, Madonna. Oh, yes, we gotta do that. I know you mentioned that like 2 years ago. We weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I mean,
classic album.
I did Veronica like a player.
Yes,
I didn't do it.
Like a prayer was on my channel,
Yeah, we got
and we did erotic on your channel, and that's it right now.
Speaking of Veronica,
Oh yes, classic. Q said, "Do you ever watch Max on cable TV and they used to show porn movies?" I don't understand. Cinemax you talking about? I haven't had Cinemax in years, but like 2013 I think. But might have been before then. I ain't watched nothing on Cinemax in years, bro. Yes, I have that. I have that one. Yes, I know you want to do that. I gotta play that album again because it's been years since I played that.
yeah, but I'm gonna do like word of mouth, chicken and beer, all that shit first.
Right. Yeah, I haven't watched anything on Cinemax in forever. Like since they had Banshee, that show way back.
Damn, I thought I had chicken to beer for you.
Uptown Records are loud.
Loud,
I got loud, but I love Uptown though.
playing that loud while smoking some loud.
Favorite this I don't have any favorite porn movies. There is no favorites. Let me hear your favorite porn movies. You let me know what's your favorite.
You're gonna have to burn that Jack.
That's your favorite line of episode 1?
It was the way they edited that scene.
Hey.
It was like I don't know what it was. The way they edited that scene, it was just like he's trying to say some shit. It's like you're gonna have to burn that Jack.
I would have told Unc like not my army jacket, lining jacket. No, I'm not burning that. I'll put that in the trunk or in the garage, but I'm not burning it. I'll burn everything else. I could burn the jeans. Can always get new ones. I'll burn the Timbs. I can always get new Timbs. Not the army jacket. That's a staple of '90s fashion.
Right.
You want me? That's like burning a. That was like burning a fucking like 8-ball jacket. That was like valuable. We had valuable jackets back then. Triple Fat Goose. The 8-ball jackets, the Sherlin coats. Like you can't burn that.
And then when he wanted to talk to mom, she was like, "Please, Kanan, I'm not in the mood." Like you know you mad when you can't even yell at her.
She was like, take out the trash.
But, like, how you gonna say you're not in the mood? He said, take out the trash.
Right. And he was ready to go. He was like, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Take me to my grandmother's house. He was ready to go. And when she said, okay, let's go, he was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't mean it. I was just mad.
And then when she was like, how you think you did on the test?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he ain't even finished. He scribbled whatever. He was like just picking any old multiple choice.
Right, he said if most of the correct answer were B's, I think I passed.
He failed like a motherfucker.
Boy loves his B.
He failed. He wanted to run those streets, yo.
I want to run them streets.
Yeah.
Like, boy loves them B's, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, she's like, damn, she just knows.
Right.
Yeah, he's just gonna be a street nigga and shit. It's like fuck it.
Yeah, right. Might as well teach him how to defend himself. She's like, yeah, we're gonna bust some shots off at the end.
Fuck the white schools and
Yeah,
shit.
we're gonna go to the park and bust some shots off after midnight. Teach you how to use this Glock.
You're gonna be running for it for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He was born to do that. You could tell. He just had it in him.
That reminds me of that surviving compound Mission Lay story
Mm-hmm.
when mom was like, "Is he hitting on you?
Right.
If he hits on you, you just take it." Like what?
What kind of advice is that?
It's like you just sit there and you take it.
Right. Oh, because your baby daddy's a star? No. It ain't supposed to be like that. Who else? Oh, the Martin joint. I thought you talked about that one already.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet? The talking shit?
Your favorite album?
Yes. Well, one of my favorites from Kendrick, definitely. Have you talked about? We haven't talked about no Kendrick, right?
Yeah, I talked about all his albums.
You talk about? Oh, okay.
Besides, actually, not the Untitled and Last
That untitled joint.
Not that one.
Y'all remember the song "Let's Get It Started" by Black Eyed Peas? Yes.
Unfortunately. Bro, these CDs are dope. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna stay on for 2 more minutes. This burger's about to kill it. I don't know what I'm listening to at this point. I can't wait for that tire. I can't wait for Tyree to Tasha.
All right. When is that coming? Is that September that's coming back?
November.
November. Oh, they pushed it back.
Yeah, I heard.
Wow. So yeah, so by that time when it comes on, like Kanan season 1 be finished.
Right.
That makes sense. Y'all remember Little Troy want to be a baller? Yes.
I ain't
Little
like
Troy.
that.
I wasn't a big Little Troy fan like that.
Was he like a winner?
I believe so. What about the Black Eyed Peas song "My Humps"? Yes, I remember that too. Power Ghost season 2. That's coming back in November. Yeah, that's gonna be good. They were all at the premiere for Kanan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I saw what's his name? The guy that played Tariq was like dressed up as Allen Iverson. He had the Iverson throwback jersey on with the with the do rag and the hat. I'm like, yo, that was like 2003 Iverson right there. You know, 50. He wore like that EPMD bucket hat and he was posing with Paris Smith.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Paris was there, but I'm like, yo, it's a heat wave going on in New York City. How the fuck are you wearing a hoodie at a party? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know Paris was hot in that hoodie. He had on an EPMD hoodie with the bucket hat to match, and 50 had the same bucket hat on.
Wow.
Michael Rainey Jr. Yeah, that's the one that played Tariq. He's a good actor.
You made me this way.
That's acting right there, boy.
One Kane. One if I down myself.
It's acting.
You made me this way.
And this is before. So the Kanan story is years before like the kids were born and shit, right? It's before he met Ghost.
Yeah.
So Tariq wasn't even born when this shit was going on.
Nah.
Yeah, BMF. That's gonna be in September. I want to see that because BMF. I always heard about BMF through the mixtapes and everything, but I don't know shit about them like that.
What BMF?
That rap crew, that street crew. They were like big hustlers and they were in the music business with their own money and shit.
Oh shit.
And I used to hear stories like the brat like told a story that there was some story that she had where she knew them and shit. And Jim Jones told a story about how they were about to beat up him and Cam.
Oh,
and like I don't know if he talked his way out of the ass whooping. Something happened where they became cool with them. Yes. You discussing that too?
Yeah, this one's coming soon.
Blackout. Yes, definitely. Blackout is classic.
I even have the How.
Oh, you got the single. I used to have the cassette single for that. Great, yes. That's with the Puffy remix.
Yes, sir.
Favorite Fabulous mixtapes?
Nothing.
Favorite There Is No Competition. Summertime Shootouts. Soul Tape. Those are mixtapes. What's your favorite 18 and up? What are y'all talking about here? What's your favorite 18 and up film? Oh man.
Favorite R-rated?
18 and up? That could be anything that's R-rated. Yep.
Charlamagne has his own late night weekly show on Comedy Central.
Does he?
Coming soon.
Oh God. Like Arsenio Hall type late night film show?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Comedy Central. They would have to give him that because he can't be on no major network doing that shit.
Exactly. Oh, Cash was good.
Yes, Fabulous have no classic albums. He have some decent ones, but none of them are classic. Y'all remember Puff Daddy? Yeah, the Rock remix was terrible. I didn't think that song needed a Rock remix. The Benjamins Rock remix,
When he was just yelling.
that was terrible. He was trying to do like a video for like every version of the Benjamins.
Yeah, that
Remember
was,
he had that version with Savion Glover
yeah.
where they tap dancing and shit. I'm like, what you doing, boy? What's wrong with Puffy? That's when I knew hip hop was in trouble. Like when he was doing shit like that.
And everyone was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I'm like, no, you're not beating Savion Glover at tap dancing. I know that already.
That's how this goes. Funny.
Crazy.
This nigga on the
He has the worst. No, he don't have the worst discography. No, there's other rappers that have worse discographies than Fabulous. Kid Capri or DJ Clue. Kid Capri. Anybody familiar with DJ Cassidy? Yeah, DJ Cassidy. I like his little shows with the old school artists. That's dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Pusha surpassed Kiss and Fab, who started his solo career 10. Yeah, it is because they're not dropping classic shit no more. Jadakiss still relevant because he jumps on everybody else's songs. Basically, that's what and him and Fab. Y'all like South Park? I used to like South Park, like the early seasons.
Kenny.
Speaking of Benjamins, who had the best verse on Benjamins? I'm gonna go with Sheik. I actually like Sheik's verse on Benjamins.
Yeah, that was
Sheik. Any one of the locks. Jada, Sheik.
Oh, I hate album.
Yeah, I don't like Jadakiss albums after his first one.
So you didn't like the last one?
I like Fabulous albums more than Jadakiss, to tell you the truth. Last Kiss was alright. It wasn't great though. Like, and he had an album called Top Five Dead or Alive, and it didn't sound nothing like that.
I heard that one.
Then I like it. I don't. After this first one, I don't like none of his albums. I like the album he did with Fabulous, but I don't like none of his solo shit though. Yes. Knicks need to get a star, knee boy. We need a star here on Tuesday.
Oh, shit.
He can't, BJ. But even you know that he can't. Styles is the only one really from that crew that's making good music still. You know what I'm saying? Jada, for some reason, it's like his own albums. He puts more effort in everybody else's shit than his own shit. I don't understand that. Eminem discography is better than Fabulous discography. But, even M got a couple of bad albums I don't like. But I got M discography any day over Jada and Fabulous. Lucky Day's album was good. That was a good album. Definitely a good single. I need to hear more from Lucky Day.
You said Lucky Day?
Yeah. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me, or Faith Evans, You Used to Love Me. Faith Evans, definitely. Jada Kiss, Knock Yourself Out, or We Gonna Make It. We Gonna Make It. Classic joint. BJ said Jada Kiss is a one ball is a ball one verse rapper, not album rapper. Nah, but he could he's supposed to make good albums though. He came from that era. He can do it. It's just that I don't know. Like I just feel like he like they got caught up in bad habits. He got caught up doing being a guest on everybody else's albums. The Locks as a whole got caught up doing mixtapes for too long. They forgot they were a group. Then when they get back together, they don't got the same chemistry.
Personally, I feel like the whole Kofi contract shit put a damper on my
Y'all damp on what? Their career?
like them as a group.
Yeah, but they came out with We Are the Streets after that whole thing, and that was a great album.
No, I'm not talking about that. I meant like the mid 2000s. The whole free bad boy thing. The Puff was still on that shit in the mid 2000s. They had the radio.
Yeah, but they did that to themselves. They got too comfortable with the mixtapes, and they forgot they were a group. Like even with the album that came out, the last one. How long did they plan that album? Like 15 years? They planned that album. They kept pushing it back, pushing it back. They were doing mixtape albums and mixtapes with different DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They forgot they were a group. They stayed too long doing mixtapes when they should have been dropping albums. Like G Unit was out there doing albums with each other. Dipset was doing albums. Stay Property. Like when they formed D Block, they forgot they were still a group. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they did that to themselves, and then when they came back, to me, I feel like the chemistry is off. They don't have the same chemistry, all like collectively, like they did back in the '90s and early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? But individually, like Styles P is still dropping. I haven't heard the new album yet, but Styles P is still consistent. He's still dropping decent projects, and he was doing that in the late 2000s, early 2010s. You know, when he had like albums with Green Lantern, when he had albums with Dave East. You know, he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he was still dropping heat. Jadakiss, like Jadakiss, he was one of those East Coast rappers where like when the South blew up in the 2000s, he was doing stuff with the Southern artists like to stay relevant because he wasn't dropping albums often like that. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to at least for me, when we did that review on Kiss of Death, a lot of those songs are outdated. They didn't hold up over time. You know what I'm saying? And the main song on that album people remember is Why. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the other albums, Last Kiss, I don't hear nobody talk about that album. Top 5 Dead or Alive, same thing with that. You know what I'm saying? The one album I like that he did of recent memory is the Friday the Nightmare on whatever the fuck it is, the Freddy versus Jason album with Fabulous. That was a good album. I actually like that. But Def Jam didn't promote it. And this is before COVID. You know what I'm saying? So that was a missed opportunity. But he even with him, he's become comfortable guesting on other people's, albums because of his bars, because people like love him because of his lyrics. But when it comes to his own projects, it goes to the wayside. Ignatius was okay. It was a more mature Jada, but even with that, people had problems with that album, and that was a concept album because of Ice Pick dying. And before Ice Pick died, he told Jada, these are the artists that I have in mind for you to work with that you never worked with before. You never did a song with John Legend. You know what I'm saying? And we're pushing. You know what I'm saying? So that was our concept album because his old manager had passed away, and he dedicated that album to Ice Pick. But even with that, people didn't like it because it wasn't, the street Jada. It was like a more grown up Jada on that one. You know what I'm saying? So he got himself to blame too. And they were like, remember, in the 2000s, they were in and out of jail. Like Jada caught gun charges. Styles P was in and out of jail, paying lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Sheik was like the only one that was like the business mind of that group that was like, like the sane, the level headed one. You know what I'm saying? And then like over time they matured. They invested their money in the juice bar. You know what I'm saying? And then like they started working out. You know, and when Jada had those two twin boys, that's when he really calmed down, because he was like running the streets as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that has a lot to do with it also, that they wasn't consistent with their albums too. But I just he's a great lyricist. I don't feel like his body of work will show that. Like personally, his solo albums, I don't think it shows that though. Like people know him for his bars, but when it comes to his albums, he's not in no discussion for a great discography. Like when it comes to like Jay-Z and Nas and Pac, you can't put Jadakiss in that discussion.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? Same thing with at least with Fab. I like Fab albums better, but he even with Fab, he's been out as long as Jadakiss. He have no classic albums. He has either the albums are mediocre or they're solid or they're bad. There's not one album from Fabulous I looked at and be like, yo, this is a classic Fabulous album. They don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Ghostface have more classics than all of them, and he's not even considered like one of the best lyrically with Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? So Sean Price, another one. He's a great lyricist, and he have a better body of work than Jadakiss and Fabulous. Prodigy, another one. Rest in peace. He another one that was great lyrically and has a better body of work solo wise than Jadakiss and Fabulous. Who you got, the Locks or Dipset? I got Dipset. I got Dipset beating them.
Block.
Shine, Bad Boy, or Black Rob? Whoa.
Whoa.
I like the Shine joint better. Even Whoa was a big hit for the 2000s, but the Shine joint just hit me differently, man. I love that Shine joint.
Respect.
That was Boy said that was a publishing dispute, not album dispute. Yeah, but I'm saying even while they were on Rough Riders, they put out one album. That was Real the Streets. You didn't nothing else. Like they were guesting on everybody else's albums, on DMX album, Eve album, Rough Riders compilation, all that. But they wasn't dropping consistently as solo. Once they made that like decision to drop solo stuff, they wasn't dropping consistently like that. Redman got a solid discography over Method. Method Man is another. That's a whole nother issue. Like I think he got too comfortable being in Wu, and he just didn't drop a lot of consistent shit either. That's not no hot take. He's another one that don't have a good discography.
You don't.
We can make a whole show about great lyricists that have bad discographies. He will be in the top 5 because he don't have a good discography.
You ain't lying about that.
He never did. He got like 2 good albums to his name. That's about it really. And if you want to count The Day After, that was cool. Again, Def Jam didn't really promote that album. Everything else is like his best shit is with Redman. What's the Dear Tim said, what's the last good album to me as a group? Because why Puff Daddy said take that. Favorite sad song? I don't know. Favorite sad song? I don't know. I gotta get back to you on that one. Huh?
I don't have a favorite sad.
Favorite sad song. I know. I don't think about favorite sad songs. Sad song meaning in what? Like breaking up or something, or what? Death? The production. Yeah, that's another thing. His production on his albums wasn't great. And at that for Jadakiss, and at that point, Swiss Beats was already falling off. But you had so many other producers out there. Like he's worked with just about everybody. It's not like he couldn't do a whole album with Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist was on his first album. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he couldn't use. He didn't have to use Swiss Beats and the Rough Riders producers all the time. He could have went out of his way and get Pete Rock on it. I never heard Jadakiss on the Pete Rock joint. I heard him. I might have been like one time. But he could have had Pete Rock on his album. He could have had Premier, Marco Polo, Lost Professor, Ninth Wonder. Any of those producers would run to work with him. He chose to stay. He chose to stay with the Rough Riders producers. So when you got your main producer is like losing his touch, it's gonna affect his albums. Um, why do I think Dipset is gonna? I think Dipset is gonna win because when they're gonna do some solo stuff. Once they get into that solo bag, and they're gonna break away and start doing they might let Jadakiss get around or something or Styles or Chic. Once they start doing that, both Cameron and Jim Jones to me got the better discography than any of the locks. If you look at any of Cam's albums from Confessions of Fire, that recently had a album anniversary. I think it was yesterday. SDE, Purple Haze, his best album. Um, even like Killer Season. When you get to the Jim Jones stuff, On My Way to Church, Diary of a Summer, Pray for Rain, his new shit, El Capo, his new shit with Happy Fraud, they're gonna blow them out the water solo wise. To me, I think they got a better solo discography than any of the locks, and that's not even counting the group shit. Like Diplomatic Immunity to me is a classic.
I agree.
We discussed that. I don't think Locks got any collective albums that's fucking with Diplomatic Immunity. Money, Power, and Respect was dope. We Are the Streets was great. We Are the Streets was my favorite Locks album, but even with those two albums, I don't think they fucking with that double album. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna really come down to features because both of those clicks been on like some of the best posse cuts of the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Banned from TV. The joint they did with clips on Lord Willing. Was it I'm not you. The Dipset shit that they've been on everybody's albums and mixtapes and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna come down to the features for this battle. I don't think it's gonna come down to the albums. But I just feel like if you going by hits from albums, I just think Dipset is better. And we didn't even talk about Jewel. Jewel's two albums, From Me to You, classic. What the Games Are Missing, classic. I don't think Jadakiss got anything that's fucking with Jewel's first two albums. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Like Jada's first album was great, but after that, I don't think he got anything that's fucking with Dipset shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell Rel, his first album was Slept on Koch Records. That's a banger. You know what I mean? Does she got an album that's fucking with Hell Rel's first album?
I never even heard her first album.
It's fire. I actually got it. That's a fire album. You know what I'm saying? I love both crews. Both of them, I bought all of their mixtapes and shit back in the 2000s. I love all of they shit. I've seen them in concert. Both crews. I've seen Dipset. I've seen Locks twice. Great. They have high energy at they shows. When I saw them, actually, they broke out and they did the solo stuff. They did a couple solo joints and then they got together and did the Lock shit. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting them to break out and do some solo stuff and then come back and do the group shit. But if we gotta go body of work with Jada versus this one and Jim versus, I think Dipset is winning. Jewel's is definitely gonna be there. He gotta be there. He's part of the crew. I mean, you could do Banned from TV. You gotta it had to be like a vote. Like, yo, who had the best verse on Banned from TV? You know what I'm saying? Who had the best verse on that joint? John Blaze. Jada was on that joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you was doing a posse cut back then, you had to have either Jadakiss on that, or Styles, or both of them sometimes, or Cameron. Cameron was on the remix for Bone Crusher, that Bone Crusher joint.
Yep.
That was a banger, and that was a banger up here in New York. They were bumping that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, huh?
You mean that Never Scared joint?
Never Scared joint. Yeah, they were bumping that shit up here. That's the only song I know from Bone Crusher, but they were banging the original joint and the remix. When Dipset did the Body joint with Master P, they were bumping that shit up here. That's the first time they were bumping Master P shit in New York City. Okay, that joint was hot, and they did a video for that and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's gonna come down to features. To me, it's gonna come down to who had the best features on, put the posse cuts and the remixes and all that. You know, Cam did the remix with Silk the Shocker and Wyclef for what was that? What means the world to you remix?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. I remember that. They have a video for that too. I remember that joint. That was a big hit up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come down to, I mean, when they play Benjamins, who had the best verse on Benjamins? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. I think this is definitely like a battle for like the mixtape heads and people that love posse cuts and stuff like that.
Right.
Ice Cube has bad out. Yeah, I don't like none of his shit after War and Peace, and that War and Peace wasn't no great album, no great albums either. Yeah, I don't know what they do. I mean, who knows who's gonna actually be there? Like, we might say Hell Rell ain't gonna be there, and they might patch things up by that time. Who knows? Wait, shit. We thought Jay and Kanye was done for good, and Jay's on his new album, so anything's possible.
Right.
Who killed on the song "Can I Live"? Uh, I like Black. Wasn't Black Rob on that joint? Can I Live?
24 hours to live.
There's 24 Hours to Live, and then there's Can I Live.
Oh, I know.
I think Can I Live was on. That wasn't on Black Rob's album, right?
I don't think so.
I thought it was on Black Rob's album. Cameron Horse and Carriage. Yeah, Horse and Carriage. My bad. That's the Horse and Carriage remix. That's what it was. Yeah, Charlie Baltimore was on that. Right. Yeah, Freaky gonna be there for sure. Definitely, he's gonna be there. Joel's. Yeah, he fell off too, but he had like some other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But his first two albums were great. Even his mixtapes when he was in his bag doing those cook like crack mixtapes and shit. You God had a better catalog.
Say you got.
You God, put some respect on You God, definitely. You got a better catalog than Jadakiss. He ain't got no classics either though. Nah, he dedicated Ignatius to his manager. That was the whole point of doing that album. It's not like somebody told him to do it. He just felt that was his that supposedly that's what he was saying, like when Ice Pick died, his last wish was to have Jadakiss. He wanted to hear Jadakiss work with artists that he never worked with before. So one of them was John Legend, and then he did a song with John Legend, and he did the song with Pusha T, the Hunting Season, and there were other songs that Ice Pick wanted him to do. But he could have said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do my own album." But that was his paying respect to his manager, his longtime manager. So that's why he did that album.
Respect,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. Not all artists can collaborate.
Huh?
I feel like not all artists can really match well with one another.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, yeah, but like I said, like he could have said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing no song with John Legend." Like, you know what I'm saying? He could have chose to do a song with Akon or some shit.
Right.
But I mean, I think being that Ice Pick was like his longtime manager, like he had that much respect for Ice Pick and his family that he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dedicate this whole album to Ice Pick," and that's why he did the songs he did on them. But like the diehard Jadakiss fans had an issue because it wasn't a street album. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want to hear it.
They'll always.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's one of those albums you gotta like go back to 10, 15 years down the line and be like, "Oh, I remember this Jadakiss album." It wasn't like his other albums. Let me listen to it again. Maybe I'll like it then. Aaliyah, Are You That Somebody or Try Again? Oh, yeah, that's somebody definitely. My favorite, one of my favorite Aaliyah songs. BJ said my favorite sad song for me is "Statue of a Fool" by David Ruffin.
Interesting.
Okay, but see that's the problem when you stuck with the hometown producers. When they start losing their touch, then what? Then who you going to? That's what happened with the Brat. Like once Jermaine Dupri started losing his touch, her career was done. You know what I'm saying? When she could, and she's a dope lyricist, she could have went out inside of Jermaine's production and worked with anybody at that time. DJ Tim said, "I'm not mad at Method Man because he was on other Wu members' songs and killed it." Yeah, he got two good albums, but like his discography to me is still disappointing though. For his caliber, like he should have every album should be solid.
Right. I'm on.
Yeah, Can I Live was on Black. Yeah, it was on Black Rob's album. I remember that. The better lyricist. You got a Capadonna. Capadonna, definitely. But you got is underrated. He is one of the most underrated members in the clan to me. The Brett and Diamond D. I think that would have been a dope something dope to hear. You know what I'm saying?
The rat down.
Yeah.
That's what's this.
You know what I'm saying? I think it would have worked though. You know what I'm saying? So this is the problem when you have an in-house producer because if they're not allowing you to go outside of that and see Mary was smart. Mary was like being that she's not on Bad Boy, she didn't have to use Bad Boy producers. Like she got out of that shit quick. After My Life, she's like, yo, I'm going to work with Trackmasters and Brian Michael Cox and R. Kelly. And, you know what I'm saying? She didn't get caught up in that Bad Boy sound like a lot of them did. Faith Evans got caught up in that and Carl Thomas and 112. DMX done work with Premier. He would have killed it too. He would have killed a Premier track, definitely.
Who was performing?
DMX.
Oh yeah, that's
He definitely would have killed that. Do you like Men in Black? Yes, Men in Black 1 and 2 was good. I went to see both of them. They didn't like part 3 though. I think part 3 was whack.
man. Frustrating. I'm just having shit.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
What letter you up to? Like W or something?
I'm at J. I'm almost done.
You at J?
Yeah.
Yeah, Men in Black was good. That was a good film. So you go by alphabet.
Yep.
That's easier for you to find than
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, more than likely that he didn't work with Premier because of that. I agree.
Because Primo was late.
Because Swiss Beats was hogging the production credits.
True.
You know, he was the main guy, and then you had like DJ Shock and Dane Grease and P Killer. Those Rough Rider producers. Yeah, DMX definitely would have killed a Premier track for sure. Definitely has the best discography. You know. After that, I don't know who's after DMX. Eve. Like best discography in Rough Riders.
Who has the best discography?
DMX has the best one in Rough Riders. But who's after DMX?
Styles.
What? But did Styles release all most of his albums on Rough Riders?
Oh no, you know he did.
So it would be Eve then.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, man.
So, federal prosecutors are reportedly seeking to present evidence in court alleging R. Kelly had a sexual relationship with two teenage boys.
With boys?
Yeah,
Oh God. Is that even true, or they just trying to make up some shit?
I don't even know.
Wow. They really, they really trying to make sure this dude go to jail for life.
There's no versus to tell.
From jail, from jail. Yo, that shit would be so epic, yo. And you know what's crazy? They probably would get their most viewers
Yeah.
if they let R. Kelly do a versus from jail. That shit would be so crazy. And he would win. That's the crazy thing about it. He could still win from jail. Better lyricist, Beanie Siegel, definitely. 50 Cent. You think he's a great lyricist?
50?
I never thought 50 was great. Not lyrically. He knows how to make hit records, but I don't think he's great lyrically.
50 knows how to market.
That's another thing. He's a good a businessman. See, he can stay relevant from music forever because he knows how to market himself. He don't need to drop another album. 50. This dude said 50. Ron, you really think 50 Cent is a what's the most lyrical shit 50 Cent ever said? I don't remember. Does he have any hip hop quotables? I don't remember none from him. I love you like a fat kid love cake.
A lot of people quoted his shit, bro. I know Kanye quoted his shit a couple times.
Yeah, but Kanye was taking jabs at him though. Kanye didn't really fuck with him like that. I never thought 50 was lyrical like that. He just knew how to. He was witty with some shit and he knew how to make hit records. That's about it. I want to see Beans in the battle, definitely. We got to get him in there or State Property. Who you put State Property against though? Griselda?
Nah.
No? You don't think Griselda could beat them?
They're too early.
But they got bangers. They got bangers right now. They got a following.
How about Onyx against State Property?
Yeah, but Onyx got more shit than them though. Cause State Property only got 2 albums. Onyx got way more heat than them, and they still dropping albums now.
True.
I don't know who you put up against State Property. Who you put up against Beans?
Oh.
Who going up against Beans?
How about the game?
The Game. Interesting. It's interesting. The Game against Beans. You don't think that's like 2 different styles?
I mean, DMX was too different.
That's true. That shit worked though. I didn't think it was gonna work out like the way it did. MOP against Onyx.
Oh yeah, that one.
Who's winning that?
Onyx.
You got Onyx. I don't know, man. I like MOP's albums in the '90s more than Onyx. So after Shut 'Em Down, I stopped checking for Onyx though. Cause they were dropping some crap, and like the Snow Goon shit really brought them back, but it ain't like classic albums. It's like it's classic Onyx sound with the Snow Goons, but it's not like classic albums though. But MOP got some classic albums to me, man. Bean's best album, I love The Becoming. That to me is like his last classic album. But I think he got more than one classic. I think The Truth is a classic. You know, the Reason, the second album was solid too.
Oh yeah.
You know, that shit was heat when he dropped that Mac bitch joint. I don't know who you put against Beans, man. Nori against Beans. And I think Nori would lose though. Nori would lose against Beans. Nori would lose against Cam too.
Oh yeah.
Nori got one classic album solo wise, and he got one classic with CNN. He wouldn't be able to beat Cam. Cam's still dropping shit, and he dropping shit. Nori dropping shit, but he dropping shit like once in the blue.
I'm gonna wash my hands next week.
Yeah. No, I think Nori would lose to Cam and to Beans. He would make it interesting though. He could win a couple rounds because he got some heat. He got heat, but it's not gonna be like I don't think it'll be close. MOP and Onyx, man, I gotta go with MOP on that. I think MOP they got a lot of good albums.
I'm gonna check for about 5 more minutes.
Cameron before Dipset or during his Dipset days? What you mean? He never left Dipset.
That gets terrible.
Him and Jim had like a little. I can't even say it was a real beef. Like they wasn't talking for a while, but he never left Dipset. He was always Dipset.
Ooh.
Cam. He was always Dipset. They just wasn't talking for a couple years or whatever. Favorite video game? Super Mario Brothers.
Ocarina of Time.
DJ Tim said I'm not really a Griselda fan like that because everybody is overhyping them. I mean, I heard so many gangster shooting in the early '90s music. I heard early rap music. No, I don't think they're overhyped. I think they definitely deserve their props because they really started a movement again of bringing back New York hip hop the way it's supposed to sound. You know what I'm saying? I think we kind of lost our identity with like when you had cats like A$AP Rocky and Designer that was from New York, but they didn't sound like New York rappers. You know what I'm saying? And they really opened the door for Buffalo and for upstate New York. You know, now you got people coming out from those areas those areas wasn't popping before. You know what I'm saying? So I give Griselda all the praise. They definitely got a great body of work. That's why I said like if you put Griselda against State Property, who's winning that? Because I think Griselda could give them a run.
Mm.
You know, War Report is a classic. That's the only classic album as a group. So when you're putting that, and he put that with his first classic solo album, that's it. He wasn't consistent like that.
Right.
You know, and props to Nori for holding down the War Report by himself when Capone was locked up. I don't know too many groups that still would have been able to be around and have a member, you know, go to jail and whatnot. That really should be like the prequel to his solo album because a lot of tracks he was on by himself.
Exactly, like now Boogie Down Production, Sex and Violence is pretty much a Karis One solo.
Right. The preludes of what's to come. He dropped Return of the Boom Bap, classic. He dropped the self-titled joint in '95, classic. I Got Next, a solid album. You know, it was great. Great album for that time.
Yeah. But I'm actually about to run this video right now. Thank y'all so much for watching the chat. It's Friday night session chat, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you coming on, try and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I still got you on the email. I just have to I'm about to eat first. I'm about to get my mind right because shit took like a long time expected.
Yeah.
But what's the day? Sunday. I want to say 5:15. We're gonna talk about classic.
Yes.
Sitting on chrome, do 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 do. Sitting on chrome, boom 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 boom. He was just a thug from around the way. I'm gonna have fun this Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah. Also Monday, 26th, we're going to talk about the fix with Scarface.
Yes.
Dame is gonna. Dame didn't really get me back up yet, but he said most likely, yeah, I just want to remind him, but he'll reach back to. I'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's Sunday.
Dope.
And I want to say Wednesday, but I have to double check if the Ja Rule be she
So
out.
the fix is on what's the when we doing the fix?
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got anything planned?
Oh yes. I'm doing. Was it the 20? When is the 29th? Is that next week?
29.
29th. Um, I'm gonna be discussing the recent Foo Fighters album, Medicine at Midnight, with Alex Figueroa from Action Guys Movie Podcast. We was planning it for like a long time, and I kept forgetting. And I want to get him on here hopefully by next week because he's a big Foo Fighters fan. He actually got the vinyl for it.
Oh shit.
You're welcome to join if you want. I don't know if you're a Foo Fighters fan or no.
I mean, I like Dave Grohl back in Nevada, but I never really been like a Foo Fighters fan like that. I
Right.
like a few songs.
Okay.
What time is that?
I want to plan it for like 7, 8 o'clock. I want to do it early because he don't really do live streams like late like that, like 11. You know what I'm saying? So I want to plan it like around like a good time, like 7, 8 o'clock when everybody is able to join it. You know what I mean?
Okay, if I'm home and free, I'll probably.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have him on, and we're gonna talk like movies too, cause he's a movie blogger. He has his own channel, Action Movie Guys podcast on YouTube. He also has Levels of Geeks podcast, which I was on before, but he currently is shut down. So the channel is still running, but he's no longer doing new shows on that podcast. But I was on there like discussing different movies with them. Like you could go back and check that channel out. But we're gonna be talking about movies as well because he's a big movie fan and all that. So that's gonna be fun. I got to hit you up about another album that I might discuss next week also.
Okay, yeah.
Another album anniversary coming.
Okay, I'll be up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm debating on if I want to just cook or I want to pass food.
Right. Also, I didn't start. I had a SoundCloud account from like 2013, and I just thought like, yo, why not just put a lot of our shows that we done in audio? So if people don't want to go to YouTube and watch us on camera, while they're driving or going to work or going to bed, they can hear us in audio form. So the Danny Rap podcast SoundCloud page is up and running. I just uploaded the Sadat X review. I'm gonna add the other reviews from the past and the recent ones that we do in the future. So check that out at SoundCloud. And I had the page just sitting there for years. I'm like, I gotta use this page. So I'm like, yeah, we started the page again. So check that out.
Bet. Send that SoundCloud link, please. I can promote it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. So with that being said, hope everyone has a good night, and I will see y'all Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Peace.
Can't wait.
You're not waiting.
Peace.